Alright, you guys, I'm really liking this hairstyle. So easy. It's so breezy. It's easy, breezy, beautiful. Yeah, I really like it. I can do quite a bit with it. I tried to start today. You know, it's always something jumping in the way, right? So today I started to go and get my bike so I can go ahead and ride my bike for a couple of miles. You know, hurry up and get it out the way. It's early in the morning. Y'all, I could not get into the bike rack because the bike rack is close to where our trash receptacle is. And our trash receptacle is like downstairs. Like it's only one way to get in and one way to get out. So then it's like the trash receptacles where they have it at, where it's locked at for security. And then you go past there and then it's another room where all of our bikes are in there, where you can actually have your bike in your apartment, but they have a bike rack for when you know, if you want to lock it down there. And I lock it down there because I got enough stuff. I got enough stuff in my place, so just to have that out is way better, you know. So yeah, I couldn't get into there, and I'm like, man, I was so upset, and I was like, I'm just gonna go lay down, and I'm like, no, but I have so much to do, you know. I have far too much to do. I finally packed I did pack my computer, my first computer up that I had for my old job that I like quit. But I finally got enough energy and enough courage to pack up my other computer. So it was this lady. I'm gonna say lady. She's a little bit younger than I am, but her I think it's called Penny. It was called Penny something, but her name is Penny. But she had this recording. Now, while I was debating on this yesterday, because my job, even though I told them I wasn't coming back, they still was like offering me more money. Like every time I kept saying no, I mean, I would get like $2,000 to come back. $3,000, $5,000. And I'm going to tell you this, you guys, I have been working at this job for over 3 years. Well, actually 5, but it boosted up. So I went to a different department. And when I went to a different department, when I went into administration, it changed, right? But the pay, and this is how they got me, like, and I knew that the pay was low. The pay was lower than almost everybody else's, and I took it. I took it because I knew that it was going to be temporary for me. I had goals as far as where I wanted to go, and if I learned the knowledge, no matter what, how much I get paid, if I learn what I need to learn, then I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to be fine. And you know, sometimes people get mad when I say this. I'm not going to say that it's okay for anyone to pay someone less than what they deserve. I think that is bull crap. You know, if you really care about somebody and you really care about their well-being, you would pay them, you know, fair wages, meaning you would pay them everything the same way that you would pay somebody else, or pay them based off the quality of their work. You know, they knew that my work was superb. They knew I had a passion for what I did, and if they didn't, they wouldn't kept promoting me. They wouldn't have kept promoting me and pushing me up. Not only that, I was doing for the last 3 years before I got promoted this last time. I was doing the person in front of me's job like for a good minute, and they got moved up, and they even said it, you know. So it was just like slapping my face, but I was like, okay, I'm not here for that. I'm just here, you know. My goals, I was intentional, you know. Yeah, that was messed up, but if you focus on that, you're not going to be able to get what you need, you know. So I kept working, and I ended up getting a better offer somewhere else. And I was like, I knew it was already time for me to go because I felt God telling me to leave that job. And every time I leave, they would come and finally start giving me my money back. You know, give me the money that I need. They'll give me the bonus. Oh, well, you know, you need a company car like everybody else. Let's get you a company car, you know, that kind of crap. And you're like, okay, I guess. But, you know, I write my stuff off as mileage anyway, you know, so it's no biggie to me, and do that. But this last time when I got so disrespected, I was just like, you know what? Why am I settling? Like, I've learned, God already showed me, I've learned everything that I'm going to learn from here, from this institution, in this place. I've learned everything. I've learned everything that I can possibly learn. That not that I could possibly learn, that I'm going to learn, because there's always more to be shown. But if you know it's a dead end street, then go. And God already showed me that. So, I finally got up and I left. But it was a lady named Penny. And I just watch a lot of people sometimes when I have some free time. I want to just take my mind off of some things. I don't want to put myself into watching sitcoms and things like that. I look at other people who are trying to go somewhere, even if we're not on the same wavelength of the same career path or anything like that. But you have to be around people and keep yourself guided around people who are trying to do something with their lives and trying to do something to make a difference. Because if you don't, you will get trapped and you'll be looking at yourself like, dang, I'm not doing enough. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And you'll get stuck because what you're doing is taking sacrifice. You're trying to look for the big payout, but you're seeing everybody around you taking the shortcuts. They're having easy fun and easy access, and yours takes a little bit more time. So, yeah. So, I was watching her, and I was watching actually YouTube, and she came up, and it was like, because I hadn't seen her post or anything, like that in a minute. So her thing said, it was another, I got to tell y'all about the job that I do have, and I ended up letting that job go too. But it said, don't take the job. So I'm like, don't take the job. So I clicked on it. She starts talking about how God, now she was talking about this before because I saw the video, I saw the recording of her, talking about how God told her, do not take, don't take the job, telling her to go to Florida, and the whole situation with that. But she had broke it down, and she's finally went to Florida. She was like, she had quit this one job, and went on about it, and then, she was praying to get her monetized, her TV, her platform on YouTube. So she goes on there and she's talking about that, and she's talked about how she went to Florida. She went back to Florida because she ended up getting a job interview, and she knew that she did not want to be in corporate America anymore. She didn't want to do anything like wearing suits or anything. I don't know what she was doing. At first I was assuming that she was talking about some kind of call center or something like that. But anyhow, the whole story was she didn't take the job. And what was so appealing to me was, like, I was battling this whole thing myself because I had talked to God, and I was like, the job that I had, because you guys, I have like 3-4 jobs because I am an entrepreneur. I do have a couple of businesses, and not only that, this whole shelter ordeal is huge. Like, people don't understand how much it takes to run a shelter. It takes a lot. To get the skills, to get people who are skilled in that field and who want to really work in there and to take the time to work and learn. Because when you're dealing with human people, it is kind of tough, but at the same time, it's rewarding because you learn something from every life you touch. So that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy to put forth into, you're investing in a product. You're investing in a product that never, that reproduces. If you do it right, it reproduces itself. So you have to be very diligent. So with me, I was like, dang, like, that's got to be on point. Like, because I was literally this side. I was just like, I worked these 3 jobs. I did this. And I was just like, God, like, what am I supposed to do? My non-for-profit, like, that's what I'm really into, dealing with the homeless, you show me this, I'm understanding, I'm answering to the call that you've designed for me, because at first this was not on my heart. God put it on my heart and started revealing my heart to me. Let's just be honest, he was revealing my heart, some of the things that I was aching and yearning for, was how I would react to certain things, not having your mother around. You're going to have, if you have a mother figure, that stuff will fill in the blanks for a minute. But then after a while, some of those things will start to haunt you. Some of those things will come back at you. You just can't miss it. Not to say I had a horrible childhood or anything like that. It's just, that's what it is, just as well as if you didn't have a father, if you didn't have, those voids can be filled for a little bit, but it's only certain things you're gonna miss. So, yes, I was just like, God, like, I surrender. I did what you told me to do. You told me not to take this other job that was, $80,000. You told me not to take this job, and I've seen you pull through, but God, is this really you, or is this me, talking just because I've seen so much of your work? Sometimes we get pumped like, ooh, God, God did this. Well, I might as well just step out on faith. And sometimes you have to listen. It's not just stepping out on faith. When you step out on faith, you stepping on what he told you to do, so I don't want to get out of alignment with that. And when she started talking about that, I was just like, okay, God, okay, I hear you, because, sometimes we get nervous when we don't see anybody else, and how you be like, just God, just give me a sign. She kept talking about that, like, and everything, like I said, everything this woman was talking about, I'm gonna try to find her link, because I do want to give her credit, because she really did help me a lot. You never know who can help you and who can bless you, but that was definitely a help. You know what? Let me go right here. Maybe if I put it right here. Y'all, I have to get really used to having this flat. I have to get used to having this flat phone thing that puts in that's on your like vent and your ventilators and all that in the car. It's just, I'm so used to having the one that attaches at the top and you can just go on and but that one broke, so, and the other one doesn't, the one that I do have doesn't fit this phone because it's not an iPhone, and I did have an iPhone, which that thing got wet, so I've been using this phone, which I originally had with the package, but it's all good. So anyhow, yeah, but she really, when I say she really helped me. She helped me see some things that was just like, so clear. When I say so clear, I mean just that, like so clear, because I had asked God, I was just like, God, please at least give me 3 months. I literally said this, give me 3 months where I can sit at home, get all my projects together. I will fill out the non-for-profit fully and get all that stuff done. Just, help work with me. I will do it, God, because I was I'm going to be honest, I was getting a little fearful. And then, how people always try to put doubt into your space, doubt and fear and just all that kind of crazy stuff. And I got tired. It got worse. And then I know at my other job, I was working at this other job, and like I said, I work from home from most of them, and it was one job I was working for the bank, and I was just literally so anguished because I had moved from another department there, and where I was at, it wasn't even using some of my talents. So how you say, okay, I'm gonna do the best that I can and do this. Well, this department, literally, the people that was over it, they literally would tell them the total opposite of what we would tell them in quality. Like, I was in quality and in performance and tracking. So if you had, like, say for instance, you had like money that was missing or something like that, you needed to file a dispute for your money missing, you would come and you would talk to somebody that was like me. So I would put in the information, and then I would go and try to trace and find out where did it go, what was the location. Well, I didn't do that. I actually would send it to somebody else, have them to track it, give them the questionnaires, find out how they tracked it, where is it at, when did it leave, why did it go, that kind of thing. And then I would come back and I would have to make the whole analysis report. So then I would have to say the trace numbers, I would be collecting all this, and this is like not just one person that's doing this. I would have to contact like 5 or 6 people on an average, and then they would have to go and then give me back the report, and then I would go back and tell them, well, this is what happened, this is how it transpired, and this is what you need to proceed. So I got moved from that department to just, and I was really, really upset, y'all. And the reason why I did is because the times that they wanted me to, they had closed the times because it used to be a night shift, and I used to work that on the night shifts, and on the day shift, I would do case management, which is my main job, and then I just started doing notary loan signing agent, which it looks like that's like my main job because I get the most money. I get the most money from that. Like if I do 3 a day, it's like boom and popping. Like no joke. If I don't get the same amount, it's more than what I'm getting. So yeah, so I was going through that, and then it got to the point where it was like, look, I know that this a lot. These people are really, because if you go down a little trickle hole, sometimes you see how people can get frustrated. Like I literally saw how people got frustrated and why they were so angry and why they were so anguish, because they were being lied to, and I couldn't do anything about it in this position, even though I had the skills and I knew that our department, our company had this, and I worked for a known bank, like y'all, a known bank. So that part, I was just like, I can't do it because the integrity there, like, and legally I cannot say anything because I'm bound to the company, because it's jeopardizing the company, even though it's breaking the integrity of, because it is ways to go and help. It was just like, I hated it. I was just like, I felt like I was just being false and a liar. I didn't want to do that. So I ended up just letting go of that, and they were like, oh, well, we'll give you a bonus, like you're the hard worker, like I really do. I get, like, when I'm into work, I always try to get into something that I'm very passionate about, because I go so hard, and that's how I would want a worker to go for me. Like I try to treat the jobs that I'm at or the places that I'm at as if it is mine. So when I do leave, I do get really good recommendations. I get, like, they'll tell me, like, look, we'll pay you even, at the end, except with the case management. That was the whole thing with that. When they, when I left them, they, I finally just started, I was just like, I can't take anymore, but I really like the clients there. The clients that I have now have been on a schedule, and I know how hard that is when one person gets, they get into a groove, and then when you leave, then it's like discombobulation. But you, especially if the skills that you learn are not transferable, and we were getting to that point of having it to where the skills are transferable, meaning that they, people would do the same thing and follow the same procedures, or what we call automations. People would do the same, go through the same policy no matter who and what it is, so yeah. But I wanted to talk about that because I was just like, God, like, I have so many goals. I don't want to be, and being homeless before, like, God, I talked to God about that. Like, look, God, you told me you was going to show me, I was going to be helping people who were homeless, through my life. But, I told him about that. Like, it was really tough for me to, sometimes not the thing of just being homeless, but not trying to get things done and being denied over. It was just so hard to start over. I don't want to start over again. Like, I don't want to go through that. And I'm getting a little bit older, and that stuff, I can do it. I no problem. It's an adventure, but I want to attack and tackle more things. There's so many more things that I need to tackle, so, oh my goodness. So I literally talked to God, and I asked God, like, God, please Like, please just let me get at least 3 months where I could just work constantly every day on my crafts, on the things that I need to do, and get my mind closer to you, God, and I'll stop working the jobs. So that's exactly what happened. Like, God literally answered my prayers and more. I had enough in I paid my bills for 3.5 months, and my bills wasn't cheap, well, to me it wasn't cheap. Some people do have extravagant, super extravagant, but my rent, I don't believe that it's cheap, but I really like where I'm at. My rent is $1,700 a month, so for me to come up with 3 months is an accomplishment for me, especially dealing with someone who would, like, soon as I save, enough money, something happens where I can't even do anything, and I've been having those too, where God been making me have decisions, allowing me to have more decisions, and it's been working out because I'm making wiser decisions, meaning I'm not breaking my neck for people who are not breaking their neck for me, or doing things that I can't do that's going to help, that's going to put me more in whole, and not to think like, okay, I can get the money later, which I can, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to get it, so, yeah, but I did want to let that be known and talk about that, because I've seen that power, and I just felt so relieved, I felt so relieved not having to go through the extra, having my needs being met with God, and not being boastful about it. If anything, I'm boasting in God. I'm not talking about myself, because God gave me a way. I seen it where, y'all, they got so much truck stuff. God made a way to where, God made it a way to where when I didn't have anything, that's when I had the best of everything. And when I say that, I'm not lying. Stuff that I would get, I would be working so hard. Especially on the private jets, I'll be working so hard. I'll be making like $5,000 to $7,000 a month. And, the bills are so high. Not only that, everybody's calling you for money. Everybody's calling you for, this. They acting like the world is going to end, That's what they do. They act like the world is going to end, and you fall for it. So you give, oh, great. He made me miss the stop sign. So, you do all that. The world is going to end, whatever. And at the end of the day, you end up with less than what you even started out with. So then you working so hard. But like I said, when I didn't have anything, when people were denying me for jobs, even a flipping burger job, now burger jobs are anyway, any kind of job is possible. I had 2 degrees and couldn't get nothing out here, and this is when God stepped in. When I say God stepped in, so I understand and I know the power of that. So if I ever have to go through that situation again, it might look like a struggle, but I promise you, it was the best time ever. And I felt relieved because, when people started begging and started asking for stuff, when I said no, I literally didn't have it to give. And it gave me a relief. And then, I started seeing that a lot of those people don't even care. They don't care as long as they can get what they want to get. So that gave me more relief than to understand that when you do have it and you do get to say no, for a good reason, not to just say no, I'm never helping anyone. I'm not saying that, because I don't have that issue. My issue is overgiving, how to retract and how to be okay with saying no, with saying no, because, a lot of these people, they don't take the time out and to be diligent with their own lives. They're not being diligent with their own lives, and sometimes they want you to jump in, after they had their fun and everything. That's not how it works, That reminds me of the 5 virgins and the foolish ones and the wise ones. The ones with the lanterns, they kept their lanterns lit. you know. And the ones that were foolish, they let it burn out. Didn't go to the store or nothing. They didn't even say they went to the store to market or nothing. You go get some oil, but then, you know, when the bridegroom came, the ones who had it lit, they was ready. They were ready, you know. And the ones who didn't, they were like, oh, give me some. And that's just the same way. That's the same way some people are. You know, they don't want to lean on God, but they seeing you. They seeing you doing what you do, and they know that you're going to be steady. You know, they ain't going to want to put in the work. They not going to want to put in the work. But they see you being steady and diligent and all that. But they want to go and indulge their senses. They want to go use their money to drink, smoke, eat, everything, you know. Instead of just seeking for God first and let him supply everything else, you know. And when it starts, you know, getting rough, they coming to you screaming, you know. And want you to go and dampen yourself for them. That's not how it works. So, yeah, drifting off. Gotta get back. So, yeah, I did. I was really, really happy when she said that, because, like I said, God was already like telling me to leave, and I was literally in fear. I'm not gonna sit here just cap and lie. No. I was literally in fear, because I'm like, you know, now I got this, you know, this place. It's not like a $400, $500, you know, thing where I could just go and DoorDash for one day, you know, in the suburbia area where I live at and get that $500, you know. I would have to do that 3 days. I would, if it's a good day, you know. On a slow day, it's about 100. So if it's 100, I would have to do that a couple of days, you know. I'm just calculating, oh, what if it's just a horrible day and I get nothing and everyone's packed over there, you know? So, yeah. But I did want to let my voice be heard and tell, not only that, just tell my testimony about that, because I know there's a lot of people who are doing that, and they're falling behind on their destiny because of it. And let me tell you something. Your destiny, what God called you to do, nobody else in the world has the capabilities to do what you do. Not even your replacement. Not even your replacement, okay? Not even your replacement, okay? You know, we talk about that, but Michael was Lucifer's replacement, right? He was like, boom, boom. But he cannot do the things. He doesn't have the exact qualities that, you know, God gave him. God doesn't give any, you know, he gives without repentance. He's not going to take them away. You know, it's how you use it, you know, and he's given us that time to stand up, you know, and do things for him and to be his reflection in the world. We just really have to believe and trust in him no matter what. I don't give a care how it looks, what people are saying, you know, and I don't even, it could be some people who, you know, who are in between and they're doing their own thing and it looks like it's going good, but in the end, which we all don't see, you know, what's behind closed doors, but in the end it's not going to be right. So go for what God is telling you. If God's telling you, now I'm not telling you just get up and quit your job, but if God is telling you to quit a job, to leave, ask him and seek him and listen to him and obey him. If he's telling you to pick up a job, do that. If he's telling you to relocate, do that. You know, do it. I promise you. Don't get fearful in this season. This is the season of elevation and promotion and demotion. So, you know, more than ever, this would be a time where, you know, in a time of extraction, you know, definitely a time of extraction, because people are growing, talents are going up, you know, the rise and falls of men, you know, people are getting, you know, leaving, they're getting older and transitioning, and other people are coming in. So, and I told you guys about that dream that I had about, you know, the people who was crossing that road. I see that all the time, more and more now, you know. Oh my goodness, really? So, yeah, do that. Listen to God, listen to his voice, adhere to what he has to say. I can't believe I've been in this car for 30 minutes. Believe in what he says. Trust the process. Go ahead and listen. I don't give a care if it is different from what other people are saying. You know, me standing on the promises of God, I had to do things that look so weird to people. I got scrutinized from people. I got family members who didn't talk to me. Some of them still don't talk to me because of it. You know, but now it looks different. You know, now they can see some fruit. Now they can see some stuff different. You know, so that's all I wanted to say. If you hear it and he's telling you and he's instructing you to do something, do it. I'm going to get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.